Okay, so have you ever heard a song that was actually a goodbye letter? That's exactly what we're digging into today. We're talking about an artist's final track, a detailed explanation for why he was about to walk away from his career, and then he actually did it. For over a decade now, just complete silence. Let's get into it. So, what if an artist's final creation wasn't just another piece of art, but was actually a roadmap? A detailed guide explaining why they were about to disappear, forever? That's the exact question sitting right at the heart of BMartini's last song, Cleaner Living. And to really feel the weight of this song, you gotta look at the timeline. So BMartini kicks off his career in 2004, spends nearly a decade building his name. Then in 2013, he records this one single track. And right after that, nothing. Radio silence. He starts this defiant retirement that's still going on to this day. So yeah, this wasn't just another song. It was his final word. So, what was this final word all about? Well, the song tells us right from the very first lines. It's a search, a quest for one single massive idea, finding forever. You see how he frames it. He says it's something we all want. This isn't just some artist chasing fame. He's talking about the human search for a personal path to something that lasts. And this one idea right here, well, it sets the stage for the entire song and for the massive decision he's about to make. So, in the first verse, BMartini describes his initial approach to finding this forever. And man, it's an absolute battle. He paints this picture of a grand, frustrating, and just plain exhausting struggle for a legacy that he feels is always just out of reach. And to explain this struggle, he pulls out a really powerful metaphor, the myth of Sisyphus. You might know this one. It's the ancient Greek story of a king who's cursed to push a boulder up a hill for eternity, only to have it roll right back down every single time he gets near the top. It's the ultimate symbol of a pointless, never-ending effort. And that line, that tells you everything about his mindset at the time. He doesn't just feel like he's working hard, he feels like he's literally trapped in a pointless, cursed task. He sees the whole pursuit of an artistic legacy as this massive boulder he's being forced to push, over and over again. And it's really important to see that this isn't just some internal struggle for him. No, he feels like he's being actively opposed. Every single time he tries to build something that might last, some external force, the industry, critics, whoever, is right there to tear it all down. The game just feels rigged against him. And here it is. This is the breaking point in verse 1. He feels like even if he could somehow win this impossible battle, the prize is already gone. His adversaries, driven by greed, have already corrupted the very thing he was searching for. By the end of this verse, he's beaten down, and he realizes this whole path is just a dead end. But then, the entire song just pivots. He's made it clear that the external search for legacy is a losing battle. So verse 2 comes in with this radical new idea. What if forever isn't something out there in the future? What if it's right here, right now? I mean, just look at this stark contrast here. Verse 1 is all about this exhausting climb, this fight against other people for some future prize. But verse 2, it just lets it all go. The new goal is to find eternity in the simple act of enjoying the present. It's a complete 180, a total philosophical reversal. This is it. This is the lyric that changes everything. It's the core of his big revelation. Forever isn't some destination you have to struggle to get to. It's a quality you can find within a single day, if you just pay attention. The huge Sisyphean struggle is replaced by a small, personal, and actually attainable peace. And just listen to the words he uses to describe this new feeling. Blissful, comfy, and wishful. He's not fighting anymore. He's just cherishing the moment for what it is. He's found a kind of contentment that the art world, with all its struggles, could never, ever give him. So if he's found his new forever in the present moment, what does that mean for his career? Well, verse 3 is the logical consequence. It's a direct explanation of what he has to reject, what he must walk away from to protect this newfound peace. And he lays out his reasons for leaving pretty clearly. He's tired of the superficial stuff, what he calls the gab and the mass appeal. He sees a lack of authenticity, a world of ceremonial mercenary horns, which is basically his way of saying artists for hire with no real soul. For him, the whole scene has just become a cave of naivete and gloom. And this line right here perfectly connects his new philosophy to his decision to leave. The authentic forever that he's looking for now just cannot coexist with the shallow values of the industry. To keep one, he has to abandon the other. The choice is crystal clear. And this brings us to the really powerful conclusion of the song, and, as it turns out, of his career. The three verses have built this perfect, logical argument. The old way failed, a new way was found, and the new way requires leaving the old world behind. So retirement isn't a defeat, it's the victory. He makes one last offer here, and it's almost a little bit of a flex. He's saying, look, I could keep going. I have an endless supply of things to say. It's a recognition of his own creative power, right before he turns the lights off for good. And after laying out this entire philosophical journey, this indictment of the industry, and this one final offer, he just stopped. He went silent. And that's the thing. The most powerful statement wasn't in the lyrics, but in the action, or the inaction that followed. These are among the very last words he ever recorded. But hearing them now, after understanding the whole journey of the song, they don't sound like a sad farewell at all. They sound like a declaration of success. He didn't just sing about forever, he went out and achieved it, completely on his own terms. And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. BMartini didn't quit. He completed his mission. The song was the manifesto explaining his search for forever. And his defiant, decade-long retirement is the proof that he actually found it, not in fame, but in silence. His story really leaves us with a huge question, doesn't it? He completely redefined what success meant to him and found his forever by walking away from the game entirely. It kind of makes you wonder about the boulders we're all pushing in our own lives and what it might look like to just let go and find our own eternity in a single day.